Old English that I'm talking about. In the remainder of this lecture, I'd like to go through and talk about the major linguistic features of Old English, and I'd like to start with verbs. Now, in an earlier lecture, I mentioned how Indo-European ablaut, or vowel gradation, changes in the root vowel of a word, were used to indicate changes in tense or changes in aspect in some of the Indo-European languages. In the Germanic languages, this inherited Indo-European phenomenon, if you like, came to be used in the development of the verbal system. And there is a group of verbs known as strong verbs in the Germanic languages, including Old English, of course, which are strong verbs because they change the vowel in their root. Drink, drank, drunk, run, ran, think, thought. These strong verbs came in classes or groups, and Old English is distinctive among the Germanic languages for the number and class organization of its strong verbs. This organization, of course, goes back to an earlier Germanic inheritance, but when you think of verbs in modern English that indicate change in meaning through the change in a root vowel, you are talking about Old English verbs. Weak verbs, by contrast, were those that signaled the past tense in a D or an ED. This is how they did it in English, in Old English. All the Germanic languages have forms of weak verbs. The vowel doesn't change. Walk, walked, love, loved, care, cared. As an aside, let me state that any new verb that enters the English language will enter as a weak verb. There are no new strong verbs coming in. Televise, televised. It is not televise, televose. Many strong verbs, in fact, have changed into weak verbs. For example, the word meaning to grow, wax, was once a strong verb. Wax, wax, yo waxen. Now it's just weak. Waxed, waxed. Some verbs still remain strong, shine, shone, but weak verbs have developed from them to indicate different aspects or different relationships. For example, I shined my shoes, but the sun shone. You hang a picture, the picture is hung, a man was hanged. Whenever we want to coin a new verb in English, as I've suggested, we coin it as weak. So this issue of strong verbs is an important one for understanding the distinctiveness of English and of Old English in particular.